The scariest thing about cockroaches isn't that they survive nuclear war. It's what they may be doing in your kitchen right now. They can survive without their heads. While a human would lose consciousness in seconds and perish almost instantly, a headless cockroach is just getting started. For the next 2 weeks, it will walk, it will breathe, and it will dodge your shadow, all while being technically dead. This is not just a gross bug fact, it is the ultimate biohack. Evolution spent 300 million years building a machine that doesn't need a central command to function. Today, we are deconstructing the biology of the world's most successful survivor to understand how this creature hacked death itself. To truly understand this biological ghost, we have to stop thinking of the cockroach as a single insect and start thinking of it as a modular machine. They have outlived the dinosaurs, survived ice ages, dodged meteors, and quite frankly, they have laughed in the face of our strongest bug sprays. They play by a whole different set of rules than we do. You see, humans are fragile. We need our brains, our high-pressure blood, and our fancy organs just to keep the lights on. But the cockroach, it's a masterclass in redundant design. It has had millions of years to perfect a blueprint where the head is essentially optional for day-to-day operations. Let us look closer at the first miracle of their survival, the blood. In your body, blood is pumped under high pressure by a heart that relies on constant signals from your brain. If you lose your head, those signals stop, the pressure drops, and you bleed out in moments. But the cockroach operates on an open circulatory system. Their blood, a fluid called hemolymph, sloshes around their body at incredibly low pressure. When a cockroach loses its head, there is no fountain of blood. Instead, the wound usually clogs and seals itself almost instantly, much like plugging a slow, leaky pipe. They don't bleed out because their body doesn't require a high-pressure pump to keep the systems hydrated. Then there is the matter of breath. You and I breathe through our nose and mouth, a process entirely regulated by the brain telling our lungs when to inhale and exhale. A cockroach doesn't have lungs, and it certainly doesn't need a nose. Instead, it breathes through tiny holes located along each segment of its body called spiracles. These spiracles lead directly into a network of tubes called trachea that deliver oxygen straight to the tissues. Because this system is entirely independent of the head, a headless cockroach can keep breathing just fine. It doesn't need a brain to tell it to take a breath because every segment of its body is already doing the work on its own. But how does it move? If you've ever seen a headless roach, you know it doesn't just lie there. It scuttles, it reacts, it hides. This is because their nervous system is decentralized. While we rely on one massive brain to tell our legs to move, the cockroach uses ganglia. These are clusters of nerve cells located in every single body segment. Think of them as mini-computers that can make local decisions without waiting for orders from the main office in the head. This is why a decapitated roach can still react to your touch and move around in jerky, zombie-like ways. Its body is essentially a collection of autonomous robots that know exactly how to stay alive, even when the pilot is gone. Now, you might wonder why they don't just starve to death immediately. Cockroaches are what we call poikilotherms, or cold-blooded. This means they don't burn energy to stay warm like we do. After one good meal, a roach can last for weeks without eating another bite. If it loses its head after a big lunch, it simply sits in a dark corner, burning through its energy reserves at a glacial pace. It doesn't need much to keep its systems running. However, even the most perfect machine has a failure point. The cockroach cannot eat or drink without its mouthparts. It won't die from the trauma of losing its head, but eventually, after a week or two, it will succumb to dehydration or infection. It is a slow, quiet end for a creature that refused to die by the sword.
Perhaps the most unsettling part of this entire mystery is that the head itself also stays alive. For hours after being separated from the body, a cockroach head will continue to twitch its antennae, sensing a world it can no longer walk in. It remains reactive, proving that every part of this creature is built for independent survival. This extraordinary resilience is exactly why modern science is looking at these insects with a new level of respect. Engineers are now studying this decentralized nervous system to design biobots for search and rescue missions. We are learning how to build robots that don't need a central brain to navigate complex rubble, all by copying the ancient secrets of the kitchen zombie. This isn't just a story about a pest that's hard to kill. It's a lesson in the power of redundant modular design. The cockroach isn't just surviving, it's thriving using a biological blueprint that has remained virtually unchanged since before the first flower bloomed on Earth. They have survived every mass extinction event in history because they are built to endure the impossible. While we may find them repulsive, we must admit they are absolute legends of the natural world. They have outlived the giants of the past, and given their ability to function without a head, they will likely be here long after we are gone. The next time you see one scuttling across the floor, remember, you're not just looking at a bug. you're looking at a 300-million-year-old masterclass in survival that doesn't even need a brain to beat the odds.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and tap the bell icon for more amazing content.
Until next time, stay curious.